What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Folks, we're back at the Patrick Gayle Show, episode 21, highest show on the streets. Every show, people getting upset, but we love it, Coach. The haters gonna hate, but we gonna ball and ball, Coach. We doing big things, Coach. You are the better man, Coach. I believe in you, Coach Gayle. You're the better man, brother.
JR, I'm too busy trying to recruit. I got people everywhere, and we got an air in the street everywhere on players, JR. One thing I gotta concentrate on is keep the main thing. So I'm concentrating on finding some players.
Yes, Coach. You're doing a great job, and I feel you're the better man still, Coach. You're the best man for this show, Coach. You hear me? You're the best man for the show.
Hey.
The Patrick Gayle Show. The show going on in the summertime, still going on, and it's still good.
Hey, you know what's up? I gotta shout out our new SID, Miss P. She does a really good job. She came to us from South Carolina State, and she behind the scenes kind of helps me a little bit. Really good eye, really talented young lady. So, man, that's what I'm focused on, man. I'm so excited. Got one of the guys on campus for a little workout for his orientation. Incoming freshman Malik Johnson, I told you about. He's got a really great story, man. I really like the young men we have coming in, man. I'm excited about this season.
And Coach, for me, in between getting ready for the season, I got the Atlanta Open for the last time. This coming up the next 8 days. Last time is leaving, going to Dallas, Texas. Got to do that one more time. Vince Williams is not coming anymore. She's injured. But we got Sloane Stevens and Taylor Townsend coming on Sunday night. Andy Roddick and John Isner versus the Brown Brothers on Monday night, and Francis Tiafo, Ben Shelton headline the singles field in Atlanta. So we got that coming up here this next week here. You'll see a post on social media, the Atlanta Open. Then I'm going to Cincinnati, Western Southern Open in Mason, Ohio, which outside of Cincinnati. So I'm getting my tennis on, and Lord willing, I may be at the U.S. Open.
Wow, man, that's big time. You know, my daughter played tennis in high school. That's big time. That's big time. So, JR, man, I gotta ask, man, with you talking about the Atlanta Open and you possibly going to the US Open, man. I'm actually gonna meet with a incoming high school student that's interested in trying to get, in the NBA behind the scenes. Um, talk to me and talk to people about how they can do what you're doing. Like, give us a little background about how you went from playing football and basketball at Tennessee State to where you are now.
Well, I don't want to give out too many secrets, but uh, some things I'll play this. I came across the right person at the right time. I didn't see myself.
Mentorship is important.
I didn't see myself doing this.
Mm.
I tried to do some things, like I said, a previous show about, hosting happy hours and doing my own radio show thing, insurance radio stations, all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
I didn't see it as being my goal. So really, it's about being the right place, right time, knowing the right people. A lot of these people gonna hire who they know. This is plain to be real about that. I just have to be in a situation where, right place, right time. I know I keep saying it, but it's really the truth. Like let's be honest, these teams aren't really gonna hire young black kids. I'm just being real with you. That's not really what they do. Even though most of the players in the NFL, the NBA are black, the PR teams are very much non-black, and it shows in such certain stories. And I'll say this in my experiences that the PR teams get very tight about players having relationships with certain people in the media. But my thing has been they look like me, look like them. So there's a common bond. They can talk to me where they can't talk to him. And they feel more comfortable talking to him than talking to him. I ran into that problem 2015 with the Braves. They had the Uptons and Jason Hayward. Some people felt some kind of way because they took me under their wing. We're talking about baseball here.
Right.
I'm one of the few black dudes in the clubhouse, but I look like them. So it was a natural connection. And it's one of them things, man. People ask me, why don't I cover the Braves no more? I'll just tell you the truth. The Braves didn't feel some kind of way because they other media didn't like the fact that I had access to the Uptons and Hayward. And they didn't. So the Braves tried something real slick, coach, and the people out there. They gave me a credential with no clubhouse access. So I was hold on. I ain't coming up here to sit up in the press box the whole time. So I know that's not answering your question fully, but I'm giving background of how these PR teams act, man. They get real sensitive.
Actually, it does kind of answer my question because it talks about the adversity you had to go through. So, what was your reaction, and how did you, overcome that?
I didn't give a damn. Excuse my language.
Mm.
My thing, coach, is you want me or you don't. That's
Yeah.
my thing. And the Atlanta Braves didn't make or break me.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, well, I'm sad, I'm hurt, man. Screw you. I will tell you this, Coach Gayle, and everybody listen to the show. I have not been to Atlanta Braves game since the last time I went when they gave me clubhouse access, credential with no clubhouse access. Did I reach out to the Braves last year to see if things was it unthawed? It was the same garbage. And you see, I'm pretty successful. I don't need the Atlanta Braves to be successful on what I do. The Falcons, same situation with the Falcons too, Coach. They don't credential black media that's not associated with the AJC, the Athletic, or some corporate place. If you're in the independent black media like I am, you getting shut out. And I will tell you this, like I tell it, I ain't been to a Falcons game since 2018 when they started took my credential away from me in 19. So my thing, coach, is I don't give a damn. I hate to keep saying that use that language. I'm just being real. I don't care because I have other things to do. I'll go where I want it, whether it be tennis, Formula One, college football, college basketball, the Memphis Grizzlies, Indiana Pacers. So I have other options. So if the Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons want to give me a credential, or Atlanta United don't give me a credential, great. Your loss, not mine. And so you have to learn to have a thick skin and not care and trust in yourself. Like for me, I don't care.
Yeah.
If you tell me no, I got something to do. You ain't hurting me, you hurting yourself. So, but that's still a challenge that you have as independent media. You're still looked at as less than, not as equal to the corporate people. That's something you have to still overcome.
It's funny you say that because when you first contacted me, I did my homework on you. I know a lot of people are trying to wonder, but one of the things that I look for in people is what you just said. You were independent media, and the first thing I said to myself was, wow, why is he contacting me? Because we haven't really done anything special. So after doing my homework, I realized what you just said, that you are always constantly looking to branch out, always constantly looking to expand your brand. And in you doing that, you and the brands that are connected to you. So this show, really, the conception of this show was your reaching out and you're trying to expand your brand, and me, saying, wow, this is a guy that he's really good at what he does, and I could definitely, benefit from a partnership. And the partnership became a relationship where now I'm doing this because I just love hanging out with you, man. You're so busy. It's just good to get, some time just to sit down and just talk as two Black men that are trying to mentor young people, So, I just, am grateful for you to put your story out there so that young people can understand you're going to hear no. And actually, no is not a bad thing. Because if you really want to do something, a no won't stop you. It'll just keep you focused and actually keep you away from situations you're not supposed to be in.
Like, I'll give you an example. Indianapolis Colts, I'm not covering them this year because I was told I would not get field access. Well, I'm not going to Indianapolis not get field access. Why wasting my time? That's like me not – I'm not driving in my car 7 hours to get no – you know what I'm saying?
It's another thing. You travel a lot.
Like, it's like, no offense to you, Coach. I appreciate you, but I'm not going to waste my weekends on a humble, you may approve me, or why I'm going to come up to just simply must be in the press box and get some post-game sound. If they lose, it's going to be a terrible sound. So you have to make it worth your while.
Because that's going to lead me to my next question, JR. So with what you're doing, you have to do a lot of things in your spare time. What do you do in your spare time? Talk about some of the things that you do in your spare time related to what you do, not just in media, but in sports and sports management and sports business.
Man, look, Coach, a lot. As you know, I don't hang out very much. Between being a notary, between, doing taxes, between I'm pretty much working a lot. Before this show today, I was taping another show, okay? And after this show, taping another show. So in my spare time, I'm going to go to probably a little spot, grab me a little bite to eat or something, or meet somebody I know at somewhere. But a lot of times I'm not having time to myself. That's being honest to God, the truth, because I know a certain individual named Mr. Roland Martin says if you only have one person in your business, it ain't a real business. But screw you. I have 3 LLCs where I'm a sole member, and they're real businesses and they make money. So Roland Martin, screw you again because having one person in business is a business. He thinks because if you don't have one person in business, it's not a real business. That's what Roland Martin thinks. Okay.
But let me, I'm from New York, so a lot of people may think that I follow you or I agree with everything you say, but we actually have a lot of, good conversations. So somebody's watching this right now and say, well, I never heard of you, JR. I know Roland Martin. Roland Martin's big. So what are you talking about? What's your response to people that say that?
That just shows how small your brain is. You put your brain on display, because that's because he said it don't make it so. Because why is it called a single member LLC or sole proprietor LLC? It was for a reason. And, it limits my liability. And I'm a business. All 3 of them make money. This show falls into my entertainment company. I do taxes. I'm a notary. They all make money. I think they're businesses. And when I start my lawn care service, I'm pretty sure when I get those to go out, then I'll have employees for that, of course. That's lawn care. I'm allergic to grass. I ain't getting cutting no grass. But you get my point. They're businesses, though. So for somebody to say that, it's very ignorant in my book. Because
Can I apply? I got no problem hustling because I'm a hustler. I got no problem hustling.
Coach, in school, I was a CD and DVD man, coach.
Wow.
I had the CDs. I was burning CDs, burning DVDs. On Tuesday when the albums came out, I'm getting the albums,
burning
them.
CDs. That's taking me back, man. That's taking me back. A lot of young people are like, what are you talking about? That used to be the thing, man.
So I was the hustler, man. That was me.
Yeah.
At Tennessee State, I had a blue bag, all the CDs and DVDs in there that I had.
If you weren't a consumer, you were a seller. Because trust me, on a college campus, you had to have those up to date. For me, back in the times I went to school, was Mobb Deep. So I had to have the new Mobb Deep. Shout out to Mobb Deep. They're about to drop an album. My man Havoc and Alchemist working on a new album coming out. I'm excited, but I remember those days, man. You had to have the up-to-date music. I had, I got a lot of, music that they came over from Jamaica. So I had my sounds burnt and blasted in my car. So I remember those days. But if you weren't selling, you were buying, but you had to have it.
Yeah, like I can say, even as outside of my athletic prowess, I was sitting. If I wasn't doing it, I was at the computer burning CDs and DVDs.
Yeah,
up all night getting them ready for people. Teachers bought it from me in high school. Professors bought it from me in college. So
that's what's up.
I was a hustler, So that's why I said earlier, like all the Braves told me no, screw you. Doctors told me no, screw you. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Like, you ain't gonna stop me. I told you this off there. Every morning I play Puff Daddy and Mace. Can't nobody hold me down. I got to keep on moving.
Yep,
that's what I live by.
Yeah, that's
after I played Dave Every Voice to Sing. That's my first song in the morning. The Dave Voice to Sing. That's I remind myself I'm a black man. I ain't no raccoon. And so I'm going every morning, lift every voice, and that's every morning.
Right.
Every morning. Then I play, nobody hold me down. I got to keep on moving. That's what I'm on. So I live by that. Like
JR, I'm glad you that's a great response to my question. So now my next question, because you talked about being a notary, you talked about doing taxes. So obviously I've had friends that were attorneys, that were corporate attorneys. So I know what it means to read a lot of paperwork. So talk to the young people about, because I don't think people understand that a lot of what happens, let's take, for example, Ice Cube's league, the big three, right? there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of language that goes into getting, retired NBA players or retired athletes to and getting TV deals and all of that. So that's a lot of paperwork. They will pay you to review paperwork. If you can read and comprehend and find that one little, note in a fine print and turn the terms into making you money, that can cost millions either for you or against you. So talk to the young people about how in your spare time you do a lot of reviewing and reading of a whole genre of paperwork, not just specifically to your businesses.
Yeah, I don't do as much though, cause due to my time constraints. But yes, I'm very well versed in legalese. Very
I don't
well.
think a lot of people realize that, JR.
Like, yeah, I'm very, very well versed, and I look at things up and down. I don't come up one word short either. Just so you know, but I read it all, top to bottom, 3 times over, and you have to know how to.
Yeah.
You have to understand what word means what, and how did it sentence structure? How what or is it a trap word in here? Is it a trap? So you have to really just understand. You have to really read the whole document, take a step back, and break it down word. I know it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. You got to go word, sentence, paragraph, and really in section, and understand what they're trying to accomplish or what they're trying to get you at. And
Right.
I'm good at is breaking down like, nah, they're trying to get you on this. It says this, but it really implies this.
So I'll never forget when I was in Memphis, I had, moved into an apartment and, you've been in Tennessee, you know that in wintertime you can get pipes that freeze. So I'll never forget my the people that lived across from me. They told me, "Hey, did you read your leasing agreement?" And typical young college student, like, "Oh yeah, whatever." I signed. I was like, "No, my." And we changed the terms of, do you realize that you're going to have to pay for any damage that happens to your pipes if they freeze? So at a kind of young adult age, I realized no matter what you do, if you sign something, you have to read it. And I don't think a lot of people realize that if you're like, for example, you got a lot of, cases, celebrity court cases, don't necessarily look at the highlights. Don't look at the news feed. Actually, it's public record. Read those cases to understand what's going on. Read, whatever laws get introduced, not necessarily nationally, but locally. Read those things. It's public records, and it's important because it can affect your taxes. It can affect your home mortgages. It can affect so many different things. It also can affect you going out and getting money. Because the next question I want to ask you is the funding for all your businesses. Obviously, you ain't getting a lot of help, JR. So, how do you fund those things that you're trying to do?
I don't need funding. It's low overhead. I don't need funding. It's low overhead.
For those that are not business, I understand what you mean. So break it down to people that aren't in business. What does that mean specifically? Low overhead.
It costs
Kind of related to what you talked about with what somebody said with you being a one-man show, but talk about that a little bit.
like low overhead. Like I pay for like my business licenses, stuff like that. The radio show is just me, so it's really all profit.
Mm-hmm.
Same with being a notary, it's just paying my yearly dues and my
Right.
fees.
Right.
Taxes is just, hey, however many I do, it's like, so it's like I'm not having to. I pay for the TurboTax or whatever, whoop-de-woo, right?
Right.
But it's not like the business I have don't require a lot of upfront money. It's very low overhead. You just do it, and it's all profit. See, I targeted businesses where I knew that it was low overhead, and I could do it on my own. Roland Martin, but so so I'm just being real, like like All I do is overhead. I got my board over here, got my webcam right here, got my computer, my with my webcam has a mic on it. So like I got a built-in webcam with a mic. So I don't have to have a mic in my face, right? So the webcam has a mic on it, right? So that's it. It's just low overhead, you know. So a lot of people choose businesses that requires high overhead. Like let's say if you want to open a barbershop, that's going to be an initial high overhead to get it started. Once you get started, not so much high overhead, depending on what your rent is, what you charge your barbers for rent, you know. You got electricity, cable. So you have a barbershop, it can be a good business because people need a haircut. But for the owner of the shop, it's kind of a tricky proposition because you got to pay for the building, for rent, electricity, lights, business taxes, you know. But if the barber who's just paying you booth rent, I think basically your business booth rent, it's all profit for him. So it's better to be the owner of the shop or just the barber in the shop. That's what people don't think about. Now, if you're on the salon side, a little different because, you know, unfortunately, some people want to look like they're European, just being real. So these Peruvian hairs and all these different wigs. And so it's a little bit more on that side to, you know, if you're the owner of the shop to make money off of. You know what I'm saying? But in a barbershop, as the owner, you got 5 chairs, you're getting boofing every week, but how else you generate income? So that's why I'm skittish on owning a barbershop because what's the true ROI when you take away lights, utilities, cable? You probably have people in the shop watching TV, not being bored, you know. So that then it comes, do you want to put in a vending machine? Do you want to sell hair care products? And so it's still like, are you making a real profit to live off of? Or is it a tax shelter or a tax break or just a profit loss to write off? So that's why I'm skittish on the idea of owning a barbershop, even though it's a need. Because if you're the owner, it's a lot's going out, whether as the barber, it's just I'm paying you rent. Everything else for me is a profit.
Well, JR, I appreciate you breaking it down, and you know, I just want young people to realize, man, there's so many careers in sports, you know, not just contracts, agreements, labor agreements. They pay people to read TV contracts and those type of things. But just like with your production, there's like you said, for you by yourself, no, not a lot going on that you can be a part of, especially if you're a student athlete, because they want people that, you know, can be a part of a team, can play their role in the team and be a part of a team. So there's so many, you know, opportunities for young people. I really, you know, highly, you know, recommend that you guys do your research, talk to a lot of people. I love what you said, JR. To me, it's like you found you a mentor. You found you somebody that believes in you, and don't take no for an answer, and always find different ways to be different and create income. And that's you in a nutshell, man.
Yeah, like, you know, like I don't trip off no's. I don't care about no's. I just don't. Because I know my value. It don't boost my ego if somebody denies me credential. I'm like, okay, that's you being stupid. That's how I chalk it up to. Or you don't want to let nobody different in. People say that's been a victim. No, I'm just being real. Like it was funny. NCAA tried to deny me for the Final Four. I'm like, hold on. Who interviews more college coaches than I do every week?
That's so true. That's such a great point. Such a great point.
I said, now, I'm at a point in my career, I don't really fight back no more, but some things I will. That's when I'm like, nah, bro, nah. Who interviews more coaches than I do? You know what I'm saying?
Great point. That's a great point, JR. That's a great point.
He was like, "Oh, I wasn't familiar, blah, whatever." Man, look at all these coaches. It's Power 5 to low major.
That's right. Not just low major, D2. Go ahead, D2 and AI. Like you cover us all, especially HBCUs
But
that
but
don't get as much coverage.
but for the Final Four, that wouldn't have mattered. I had to stop it. I said that for a reason. This is the final. They ain't gonna care about that. D2. It would be like
It's
cover.
true.
So I was like, from high major to low major, I've covered coaches in this tournament.
Right.
And your
That's a good
point is,
point.
you know,
It's a great point. It's a great point.
so I don't fight back as much no more because I really don't care to fight back. I got too much going on to fight you. If you don't want to do it, fine. I can do something else. But I know this sounds bad, but I'm at a point in my career where I don't care enough anymore to just fight you because it don't matter. I can do something different.
You gotta
Now,
choose your battles, and you're always looking forward.
like, I don't want to tell y'all not to care or fight back. I'm saying and putting my point. I'm going into year 15, 16. You feel me? So
Right.
I'm at a point of where I don't care anymore about certain things. I ain't telling you to start off that way. What I'm saying is I'm at a point where I no longer care to fight certain things. If
So
it ain't worth my while, I ain't gonna spend any money on it if it ain't worth my while.
So, JR, without you being specific, what you said you're in year 15, what's the future looking like? I'm going to treat you like a student athlete. What's the next 40 years going to be for you?
I don't want to say it on the air.
Good answer.
There are people listening to this show who don't even know
Good
my
answer.
next move.
Good
Left
answer.
hand, right hand.
Guess what? Guess what? I threw up the lob and you did it. Good job. That's
You
right.
know,
Because the funny thing is, JR, we talk a lot and people don't realize that when you look at someone where they presently are, you're already behind. People that are successful are already thinking years ahead. So people look at you, people look at me, and they can definitely criticize. No one is, no one can block criticism. But if you're looking at where we are right now, you're already behind.
yeah, like,
So always have a plan. And a lot of people say have a plan B. I say always have a plan. And you're gonna sometimes fail. So reconstruct it. What's the problem? What happened? In that reconstruction, that's where you'll find your plan B. But when you find a really good plan, there's going to be all these other things that happen when you're trying to keep your focus. Never let people tell you what they see where you are. You're always going to be ahead. That's why God will always bless you. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. I don't ever look at somebody presently. I always look at their process and what they're doing. That's why I have so much respect for you. Because if I just worry about you now, then I'm already behind. I know where you're going to be in the next forget about next 40 years in the next 2 years. But like you said, that ain't for everybody to know.
yeah, I'm not the type of I'm not on social media posting every move like some people I know. You know, every move is posted. I gotta put a story of everything I do. Yeah, right, that's not how I move. You see when I'm ready for you to see it. Like
You got to see around corners.
People like, you don't post your guests for you. I said, I sure don't. I don't need you to know who's to be on show this, but I want you to have suspense to boom, where we see it. Now you don't. You know, same way if you come up 1 yard short, it makes you weak. It's the same as that.
Well, you know what they are planning this way back when, way before the season was over.
See, people were hating, coach. You froze up. See, that was haters.
We not gonna tap into that negative energy, JR.
I'm just saying, coach, your internet's freezing up, coach.
Hey, listen. All I know is what we're doing now. We had planned it way before. So, man,
yes, we got plans here, coach.
Hey, I love that response because I always tell young people, stop talking, just do it. There comes a point in the season where I'll walk in and I'm saying it's no more talking. Whoever does what we're asking them to do will be on the floor. There's no more talking about it.
No doubt. And that's what we're gonna do. Shoot, we're gonna keep pushing this thing out. 21 episodes in, we're gonna keep pushing it out. And like I said, keep your ears close to the streets, people. But when I move, you won't know why I move. I'm a thug. It's called a Young Thug song. I'm a thief in the night. Yeah, I'm a thief in the night. You ain't gonna know when I'm moving.
Can't.
I'm a chameleon.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. That's how you get you can't let everybody know what you're doing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
My dad would say on the left, know what your right hand doing. So that's what I do.
And the Lord put so many good ideas and so many things in people's hearts, and they don't even realize by not doing it or by just talking about it too much. You know what the Lord's like, gave that to you for a reason. All I want you to do is do the work. So keep doing the work, JR.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it hard. So we got the Atlanta Open coming up. If you see me out there, come holler at me. I'm gonna be in all black every day just for a reason. That's what I do.
Hey, JR, I'd just like to say this one last thing, if you allow me. I pray for all that have positive and negative things to say, because at the end of the day, we know your purpose, and I think I've expressed my purpose. So no matter what's being said, I pray for all that have things to say, because at the end of the day, I want everybody to be successful. I don't search for things negatively about anyone. I actually search for things I can learn from people. So I've learned a lot from you, JR. You've schooled me on a lot of things. I feel like I'm a better coach, a better husband, a better father, because of some of the things that I've learned just listening to you, not just you, a lot of people, but, people have instilled knowledge in you, and you've, shared that with me, and I appreciate that.
No doubt, Coach. That's what we're going to park it there. So, folks, for Coach Gayle and myself, episode 21, it's been a killer. We'll holler at you on the 22. That's going to be Coach Gayle's birthday weekend. So we're going to do it up here for Coach Gayle's birthday weekend. So, yes, sir, Coach. Your birthday's coming up. And Coach,
JR, that's big time stuff, man. Hey, we talked about that like months ago. You look at all that stuff you do, and you remember that.
I sure do, Coach. Man. So I believe, Coach, you're the better man, Coach, always. That's why, Coach.
And I feel special with you just remembering that. You could remember so many other people, but that's what's up, JR. I appreciate that.
No doubt. Well, folks, for Coach Gayle and JR, we out. Be easy. Peace.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.